All right, guys, so we have a fun first part of class today. If you've ever done classes with me before, I work this in when I can, and this is designed around the classic CrossFit Warm-Up. And the idea here is these are the foundational movements that will help you in all of the various movements that we perform here. We're going to work for 15 minutes and think, again, scale to your knees. I'm going to go through each movement, but 2 to 3 rounds of 10 to 15 reps per movement. So let's go through each one, and starting off with the single arm overhead reverse lunge. So the idea here is choose either arm. You got 15 steps to do. All right, you're going to take a step back. At the bottom, you kiss your knee, stand back up. Okay. The reason we like the overhead dumbbell is it forces your vertical to stay, or your torso to stay vertical. All right. So you can switch hands as you need. But at the bottom, what we want to see is that your back knee kisses the ground. Your front shin is about vertical. Stand all the way back up. You're going to do, again, 10 to 15 reps. Switch arms as needed, change weight as needed, okay? From there, going to go to our next movement, the infamous overhead squat. So a lot of people struggle with this. So for those of you that struggle with this position, start with a PVC pipe or a 15-pound bar, something light. That's not meant to be heavy. The heaviest we'll do is just the empty bar. We're doing, again, quality movement here. So find your grip first. That's the bar in the crease of the hip. And then when we're doing this, even though this is a squat, the priority here is a quality shoulder position. All right, we never want to sacrifice a good shoulder position just to get a good deep squat. So find your squat stance, move nice and slow when you start. You're pushing up and reaching back as you squat. So notice my shoulders, nothing's moving. A common error is that as people start, their chest drops and their shoulders rotate. Okay, so again, watch from the side. I push my hips back, knees out, good deep squat, and stand, really focusing on the shoulders. So again, if you can't get full range of motion, maybe this is the best you got, and then you stand back up, okay? Focus again, good quality shoulder position. If you can't do this at all, again, PVC is totally safe, or you can do front squats if you'd like as well. All right, from here, we're gonna go to the old GHD. Love getting this into class. This does cause challenges with larger classes because we only have 2 per gym, but again, we can start at different stations and work this in. This is a great tool to build that midline strength and stability. So we're going to do 2 movements on here. The first one is a GHD Sit-Up. Okay? So when you set yourself up and you put your feet in, you want your butt to be on the downward slope of this pad. Okay? So remember, you can adjust the height of this. And this is important. The GHD Sit-Up, watch what I'm going to do with my knees. As I come down, my knees are going to stay bent. All right? And as I sit up, I'm going to flex my quads or straighten my legs. And this is going to create power to pull my torso up because this is a hip flexor, right? So watch my legs. I'm going to do a full range of motion. Both arms overhead. My knees are loose. I lock my knees as I sit up. That's my rep, okay? Down and up. So this requires a little bit of timing. If I put my arms over my head, this causes more weight. So ways to scale this are the range of motion and where I put my arms. So hands across my is less weight, that's easier. I can also reduce the range of motion. Coming just past hands at your chest is a great way for new people to start, and as you get better, you can increase. Okay, so try to work on using the legs the whole time. It's not just the core. Right, from there, you're going to flip over, and you might need to adjust this a little bit. We want to do a back extension, so now hands across the chest. At the bottom, I'm going to squeeze my butt all the way down and all the way up, hands across the chest. Okay? If there's a bottleneck here, the sit-up I'd say is the priority you want to get everyone to try. So you can also do good mornings with a bar on your back if you want to substitute for that hip extension. So you can do just a barbell good morning. All right? From here, we're going to finish off with the push and pull component. So some type of push-up or dip and some strict pull-ups. Everything here is meant to be strict and feeling easy. And again, for the first round, unbroken, you might need a band for this. So again, dips, we have a bench dip is, again, 10 to 15 reps for a few rounds. So here's our easiest version, okay? Legs straight, it's going to be a little harder. Right, as you feel good from there, we do have eventually getting into the rings. You can use a band. Right, always working on good range of motion, good depth, and good lockout. All right, and then again, you can also do regular push-ups. If 15 push-ups is hard for you, that's a great place to start. From there, we're going to go to strict pull-ups. So again, scale the reps, use a band as needed to try to hit these unbroken with quality. Okay, so for this, feet stay in front, good range of motion, up and down. Okay, no kipping, no swinging, no little kip at the top. All right, scale the reps down or use a different band. And that's it. We're going to go through 15 minutes for quality working through that. This is the classic foundational movements. Have fun with it. And let's talk about the next part of the workout. All right, guys, so when we're finished with that first part, that's 15 minutes. We're going to get a 5-minute rest. And then at minute 20, we're going to do some straightforward conditioning. It's going to be a 15-minute EMOM. So 5 rounds through 3 different movements. What you're going to do is 40 seconds of max cals on the rower, 20-second rest, go into 40 seconds of max burpees, 20-second rest, and then hold a plank for 40 seconds ideally. And you're going to go through that 5 times. So every minute you'll rotate, so you get 20 seconds rest, 40 seconds of work. Just quick review, burpees, remember when you're tired, make sure you get the use of your hips in there. So at the bottom, I jump my feet back, I'm all the way at the ground. Watch when I come up, I'll do this in slow motion. My chest kind of comes up first, and then I drive my hips while I push to get my hips nice and high, stand up, jump and clap, all right? Notice my feet are a little bit wider than my shoulders. That helps with flexibility. Jump back, forward, okay, as you go. Ways to scale, if you're really tired, you can step back and forward, okay? You can also just go to a plank, a no push-up burpee. Those are a little bit faster. You can keep some intensity up, but do your best. Try to find a nice rhythm. And then the plank, any plank will do. So you can do plank on your hands. You can do plank on your forearms. You can do a side plank. Okay, any of those, the main goal here is keeping the hips nice and high. So when I'm in any of these planks, I'm not sagging my hips or shoulders, right? I'm pushing up away from the ground, squeezing my legs nice and tight, okay, working on the best possible position. So that is your conditioning for today. We'll see you tomorrow.